In this video, I'm going to share with you my top 4 dumbbell-only back exercises, arguably the only exercises you need to grow a muscular and strong back. Now, if I'm being honest, back training has never been my favorite. In fact, it probably has been on and off for least favorite. But when I finally decided to take my back training seriously, I soon realized there were certain exercises that I didn't like and other ones that I felt like were better and more effective. So I'm going to share those with you today, and hopefully they'll work for you as well. The first big move I made when I was trying to take my back training seriously was get a pull-up bar. And at that point, I could really only do 2 or 3 clean pull-ups in a row. Now I've worked my way up to 12 reps for 3 to 4 sets, and I'm really enjoying the progress that I've made with my back training. Now, this isn't technically a dumbbell exercise, but you can put a weight between your legs to continue pushing that overload higher and higher and allow you to keep your reps down in a reasonable range if you're doing well over 10 reps each time. And that'll allow you to really push yourself, continue to progressively overload, even if you're only adding 2 pounds, 3 pounds, 5 pounds, and continue slowly working your way up. You can either just hold it between your legs, or you can get a weight belt to put around your waist and hold the weights up, or a dog leash will do the same and just kind of loop it over your hips to hold that up. So not only do we have the ability to progressively overload, but it is a good compound movement to not only train the back, but various other muscles as well. It's good for core stability, it's good for rear delts, it's good for biceps, and that's going to be a big bonus when you're putting all this time into training your back. There's also a lot of variability in which region of the back you want to prioritize. If you do an underhand grip with your arms about shoulder width or slightly inside, or even a neutral grip, that's going to allow you to get more stretch into your lats as you sink down. You don't want to fully unlock your shoulders, but you want to allow as much stretch as possible so that you're putting the muscle, the lats, into a deep stretch before each next rep. And for me, the underhand grip really helps me focus on the lats, and I can feel it in there a lot better than in the other versions of the pull-ups. Now, if you want to do an overhand grip, you can also keep your elbows in on the way up and prioritize more of the lats. But what I like to do with the overhand grip is tip my chest up a tiny bit and look up at the roof. And instead of pulling with my elbows in, I pull my elbows over to the side a little bit, as if I'm pulling them down to my hips from the side. And that is going to put a little bit more focus onto the rear delts and the upper back muscles as you're pulling up and leaning towards the roof a little bit. And that way you can get some variety in the regions of the back that you're targeting, even with the same exercise. The next 2 exercises are going to be different variations of a supported dumbbell row. Now, the row is great because, again, there's some variety that you can do depending on the positioning that you use. And doing a supported row really helps you focus in on the back muscle, which is what we're targeting with this video. And it takes away the need for your lower back to have the strength it needs for you to fully train your upper back, depending on your bent over type rows. And it also takes out some of that core stability and the legs that can cheat. And while those can be good in helping to overload your back, if you're not doing it properly with enough focus on your back, it can take over and you might not actually be working out the back even though you think you are. The first one I think is sometimes referred to as like the tripod dumbbell back row, where you have 3 points of contact, 1 with each foot, and then your off hand is on a firm surface in front of you. And you want to make it as even of a triangle as possible so that you're not off balance and trying to compensate with your hips. And then you can lean over and really focus on that back contraction. Now, similar to the pull-ups, you want to allow as much stretch as possible, which in this exercise is at the bottom. So really letting yourself reach down towards the ground and then pulling up, using your back muscle as much as possible to initiate and complete the movement. And again, similarly with the pull-up, if you keep your elbow tucked in close, you're going to get more of the lats. And if you bring your elbow out more to the side, you're going to get more of the upper back. And if you want to start off the exercise doing more of the upper back approach with the elbow flared out a little bit, and then as you start to get tired, go more into the elbow close to the body, you're going to be able to get a few extra reps that way. And you're already going to have fatigued the upper back, so you can focus more on the lats with the burnout motion while also burning out the upper back muscles a little bit because they are still doing work with the elbow tucked in. So this is a great variation because it allows you that stability, it allows you that support, as well as that flexibility to target different regions of your back, depending on which day you're training, or if you just have different preferences or areas that you need to bring up compared to another. Now that is a unilateral movement, so you are going to need to do one side and then the other, which may increase a little bit of your workout time. If you are very short on time and you don't want to do unilateral movements, we're going to move on to the next version of the supported dumbbell row, which is going to be the chest supported row utilizing a bench. Again, you've got the added benefits of it having that stability, taking away the legs and the core from the situation, allowing you to really focus on the back, the muscle that you are training. And again, just like the other movement, you're able to let your elbows flare out to the side a little bit more to focus on the rear delts and upper back muscles. And you can keep your elbows tucked in more and focus on the lats. And again, you want to make sure you're letting your arms stretch out as much as possible, stretching out those back muscles at the bottom there before you initiate the next movement. And the final dumbbell back exercise we're going to do is going to be more of a lighter weight motion, maybe more of a corrective exercise, one that targets muscles and a movement that is often missed with other back exercises. And that's going to be the W-Dumbbell Raise. And you can do this bent over, or you can do it with a bench. And you're gonna lead with the hands and the dumbbells as you raise them up behind your back a little bit, and keep your hands above the elbows and rotate your hand up so that the back of your hand is going towards the back of your body at the same time as you're pulling your arms and your hands up in the air and getting a nice squeeze in your upper back and your rear delts. Again, this is probably going to be an exercise you're using lighter weights for, focusing more on the control, the mind-muscle connection, and the contraction that you're getting with this exercise. It's going to be more of a corrective and fine-tuning exercise, but one you should definitely try out. If you enjoyed this video, please go take a look at some of my other top exercise movements for each different muscle group. We've got several of them on the channel. Take a look at some of my other back exercise videos as well. And I really hope you're enjoying the content. Please drop a comment and share your feedback. Hit that like button and subscribe for more videos. And I hope to see you in the next video.